Okay, guys. Week two for career planning and professional skills. We're gonna breeze through this one. So now we talked about all that other stuff before in previous in week one. So for week two, we're talking about goal setting, right? A career goal is well-defined statement explaining the profession that an individual intends to pursue throughout his or her career. It is important for every employer or job seeker to define their career goals clearly. It helps them to produce effective action plans, break them down to short-term and long-term goals, guys. Goal setting in a when you're trying to plan for your career is extremely important because you want to know, like for example, a lot of people's goals are monetary, right? So within the next 3 years, I want to be able to make $100,000. Okay. Or the next 10 years, I want to make $1 million. So those are your short-term and long-term goals. You have to set goals, right? They have to be smart goals. You have to set them specific, measurable, attainable, uh, reasonable, um, time sensitive, something like that. That's what smart goals are, right? So break them down into short-term goals, long-term goals, and then move forward, right? How to set career goals. Specific, measurable, avoid negativity, realistic, and tie actions to each goal. Okay, very easy. Um, so, like we said before, right? You want if you guys goal setting. We all know what goal setting is. We don't have to get too heavy into goal setting. We all know what it is. So choosing the right career. Career selection is an important stage in a student's life. It influences several decisions that he/she takes based on their career choices. Blah, blah, blah. Nowadays, it is quite certain to find students confused or unaware of their career path. Even after having completed their graduation, they seem unsure of the degrees they hold as it doesn't give them a clear vision of what they want to do. Guys, I see this all the time. I don't even know how much percentage of people I've seen who, including myself, who went to school for a certain degree and then are doing something completely different. So choosing the right career path is very important, and knowing what you want to do by talking to the right people, talking to people who are already in those positions that you are thinking, not want to get into, but even thinking about getting into. It's very nice that you just have a conversation with somebody about that, right? Um, Career selection is not a one-time decision. It could take years and numerous experiences before finally selecting the right career, right? So, um, you could say that you want to get into accounting, right? And then, you finish your accounting degree, you go start accounting, working, stuff, and you realize, man, this is not for me. I can't do this anymore. Your life's not over, all right? There's always new things you can do and you can follow after that. So career selection is not a one-time decision. You don't just when you're 15 years old, 17 years old, or whatever, when you're choosing what university to go to, oh yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to do. It doesn't work like that. Sometimes, most of the time, people change their careers, and it's totally fine. So, what are some common factors when choosing a career? These are things that you got to know about students and people when they're trying to choose a career. What are the factors influencing their decision? Okay, so parental desire or pressure. You guys are probably very well aware of this. The Asian community is very well aware of this. Our parents tell us what to do. They send us to different countries, and I'm sure your parents kind of wanted, maybe not all of you, but a few of you, your parents wanted you guys to come to Canada and do something with your life and stuff like that. So choosing a career, it also, parents always say, they want their kids to become doctors and lawyers and stuff like that. So we all see that. Peer persuasion. So basically, you are the equivalent of the five people you spend most of your time with. This is extremely important because the five people you spend majority of your time with are going to dictate your finances. They're going to dictate the way you operate, how your goals, your achievements, all that stuff. They're going to dictate. So it's very important to choose the right people, um, choose the right friends to be around. Past performance. So, for example, let's say that you worked while you were in school, you did a sales job and you really enjoyed sales. And if you did really well at that, you'll think, you know what? Since I've already done well here, why don't I continue doing that? So, past performance, right? Potential. If you believe your potential matches your current job or that your potential is much more. So, Potential really is, let's say that you're working at a company and you think, wow, I'm working really hard and I'm doing really well. I've achieved my potential. This is good. Now, a lot of people can can say, you know what, I achieved this, but I'm not really hitting my potential. Like for me, I believe that I'm not hitting my potential. But right now, it's good for me because I have two young kids and I have a wife who doesn't work and she's on mat leave and I have a lot of people to take care of and stuff. So my job is easier for me, which means that I have more time and more energy to spend on my wife and kids, which is nice for me. I need that right now. But I know that I'm not hitting my full potential at all. I'm probably moving at like 20%, 30% of what I can actually do. Placements, the types of internships and work experience you gain during school, guys. These days, just having a university degree is not important. It is not enough. You have to have some type of internships or work experience, right? A lot of times internships and stuff, placements, the places where you work and stuff can also be a common factor when choosing a career. It's another influence while choosing a career. Personality driven, so it depends on your personality. If you're someone who's extremely introverted, you don't want to talk to anybody, all that, maybe doing something behind a desk or something, with numbers, crunching numbers, statistics, research, maybe that's for you. If you're someone who has a bold personality or you're extrovert and you're out there, you like to talk to people, maybe something like real estate would be good for you, somewhere where sales might be good for you. And then affordability, right? That's a big thing. A lot of students don't want to get into millions of dollars of debt trying to go to med school because they just can't afford it. They don't want to do it. Some students, their entire schooling is funded. Their parents have the money, so they say, sure, let's go through it. We have nothing to lose. We're not spending the money. Stuff like that. These are the common factors in choosing a career. So let's just say you don't want to do a regular job. Okay, so you know what? I can't find a job right now, or I don't want to work a regular job. There are other options. Okay, so there's freelancing entrepreneurship, there's interning, there's temporary work, and there's casual work. Okay, so what's freelancing and entrepreneurship? So perhaps in response to the gig economy and millennial influx, freelancing and entrepreneurship are fast becoming popular routes of work. This option can be great as a stopgap while you search for a permanent role, or it can be a great way to carve out your dream career in your own right. Freelance gigs also offer the chance to make some dough for the time being, or even long term. Sorry, it was supposed to be dough, D-O-U-G-H. Dough means money, because you make because you make bread with dough, and bread. You say, "Oh man, I'm making that bread," means I'm making that money. And how to make that bread is you have to roll the dough. So that's how you make dough for the time being, or even long term. Sorry, that's just a error in my spelling. So freelance entrepreneurship, we all know what that is. Everyone's just owning your own business or just doing some freelance work like photography, or if you're a web designer, do some freelance web design. If you're a content creator, video content creator, do some video content creation, editing, stuff like that. That can help you while you're trying to look for a job. Interning. So as I said, a degree is not enough anymore for some careers such as journalism and the media. Taking on an internship or two may be the key to entering your chosen profession, as well as gaining the essential skills and experiences you need to work in specific industries. Paid internships for graduates are becoming more and more available. In addition to this, there are recruitment agencies out there such as Inspiring Interns that help assist and support graduates and students to find the perfect internship and work placement. Guys, so if you can't find a full-time job, go somewhere and try apply for an internship. Usually they don't pay, either pay nothing or they pay very little, but at the same time, at least you get to learn the industry and learn where you're getting into. So interning is a very helpful thing to do. Some temp work, right? If you need to earn money as soon as possible, you're willing to take on the most jobs, and temping and contractual work may just be your option for the time being. Temporary contractual jobs tend to last for a fixed term period, such as 3 months. This is ideal if you want to earn money in a particular role as a retail assistant, but don't want to work in that role in the long term. Plus, working a temporary job can be flexible and you can gain transferable skills along the way. Temporary work, working part-time somewhere, doing a contractual summer job. This is all temp work, and you can learn a lot while doing it. And so, guys, finally, casual work, also known as 0-hour contracts. Over the years, 0-hour contracts have become much more common in the world of work and have gained a lot of negative coverage. So basically, you're contracted to work, but you don't get paid a salary. You don't get paid anything. You're basically you have a contract to work, and whatever money you do bring in, you get to make some money off of that and stuff like that. But you don't like, for example, 0-hour work. It could be if you're doing window cleaning, right? You have a window cleaning business. You're working for a company that does window cleaning, and you basically are going up to each door and asking people if you can window clean. You can do it on your own time. You can do whatever you want. You can make your own hours. You can do all that stuff. But it's very, very difficult to have that type of job when you have major financial commitments like a mortgage, kids, rent, bills, car payments, etc. Everything that I have. So, however, if you're a student at a university and you're a recent graduate, so basically you guys, and you're living at home, rent-free, board-free, not you guys, because you guys are not living at home, you guys actually need actual work, then taking on casual jobs such as working as a brand ambassador may be your best bet. Casual work for you guys, I'm not sure if you guys have the ability to do it. If you have no rent to pay and none of that stuff, it's good to just find something where you can learn and use some of your skills. Other than that, I would say temp work, do temp work, find a traditional job or internship. So there you have it, right? 4 alternatives to traditional employment that are worth considering if you are a graduate or student looking for a job in order to gain experience, earn money, gain skills, or all 3 of the 3 reasons. Guys, that's it. I'll be seeing you in class, and we'll be discussing this stuff in class. Okay? Thanks. End of slides.